folks? Because I still see when I post about Nostr on Twitter, I still see a lot of people, Bitcoiners too, who by all rights should be some of the first to get why Nostr is such an important protocol for free and open communication. There still seems to be a piece missing. Do you think that this is just a matter of not meeting their specific needs that they have yet? Do you think that what is the next wave of adoption look like for Nostr? Is it by force because of, do people get smart by force because of censorship, because of crackdowns on centralized platform? Or is it because of all the things that are being built out in the ecosystem within Nostr, because of that interoperability? Okay.
A combination. So Nostr, Fedi, eCash, Lightning, all of these things come together to create something different than you can even imagine today. So much more valuable. And so when you're competing, let's just say Nostr as a Twitter clone, so you have an advantage that nobody can shut you off. You have an early network, and you'd have to be pretty visionary to be able to go spend all of your time there, even developers, and going to build there to see what that was. And then to move all of your time there when everybody else is on a different platform, you wouldn't get the same feedback. So it would be less valuable, even though. So you would have to value the ability not to get shut off way higher than the utility value of all your network. Right? So what did I have to do? What did I have to do by leaving Twitter? I gave up 370,000 people that followed all of my stuff and retweeted and I just said, see ya, I'm spending all my time here now because I wanted to give my energy to the world I want to see emerge. Now, I don't judge anybody for not wanting to do that at their time, but what you're going to find is more and more people are going to make that choice, either by force or by, not by force, but by realizing the risks of centralization and what's happening, and that Elon isn't a god. And they're going to start to move their time over to something that's like this, or by all of the development that's happening that's going to provide like 10 or 100x better value than Twitter can provide, because open protocols win, because all of the development is interchangeable with it. And so the jigsaw piece of puzzles that other people build on and extend the functionality. And so we're really early in that happening. And I said this a long time ago, I think we're really early. I hacked Twitter when it was early. I said this in my book. I wrote a blog post that said why every CEO must be on Twitter. And then I was on the front page of Twitter for 2 months, along with 10 other CEOs, including Bill Gates and others. And I was the only name that didn't belong on that list. Because they needed people to reference the platform, and those things are the things that grew Twitter. And then more people there, more conversations there, everybody wanted to be there, and everybody raced in. So by being early and doing that, you provide tons of people social proof that you're one of the people other people should follow. And so that just kept on growing on Twitter, even if I did nothing. Like if you looked at the number of tweets I actually put out over the years versus what most people put out versus the follower ratio, it's a staggering follower to tweet ratio, which either means one of two things: I hacked it, or the content was valuable. Maybe
a little bit of both. Yeah.
But so what does that mean on Nostr? Early on, if you provide value, you can create an incredible outsized return because people will follow you, and then as more people join the network, they'll look to people who are providing value, and they'll move more and more to you. But because it's at protocol level, no one can ever take those followers away from you. No one can ever take your content away from you. The clients are competing for you. So all of the protocol development and all of the client development is in service of you. Be a really good steward, be really helpful, help other people, and you'll build a really big audience in this network. And as you can already see it in Nostr today, if you go here versus a year ago, right, or where we are, you can see how much more. Before you had to go back and forth to Twitter to see what was going on. Now you don't.
It's true. And the pace of development on Nostr has just been insane. Not just from like a usability of Twitter clones perspective, which is also true, but from a building out all sorts of different things, like Pablo building out like Wikipedia and highlighter and these things that are just like truly amazing, like these incredible tools. And they just didn't exist a year ago. And now they're there and people are using them and they're very useful and they're easy to use and getting easier to use. And like, it's amazing to like kind of watch this happen in real time. And I feel very, very privileged to be, a small part in this growing network, but it's a good place to be.
You're the Nostr.
Well, this is true.
Yeah, like, not a small part. You're big.
We're all the Nostrich, though.
Yeah, but it's really it's cool to watch this emerge and all the people that you've been building with kind of emerge with it. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it was a very surreal moment when all of a sudden I created I was like, okay, Midjourney, create me a purple ostrich. I actually asked it to give me an ostrich with 3 heads because I wanted to have a Hydra type visualization of an ostrich. Midjourney screwed up. It just gave me 1 head, but I was like, well, this one looks pretty good. I guess I'll use this. And then all of a sudden you see Jack tweeting this out and it's like, oh, wow. Okay. I guess this is just, we're going with this now. It's a purple ostrich.
It's awesome.
Because JB55, Will Casserin, the Damus creator, wrote a GPT bot within Nostr that I asked to write me a joke about Nostr. And it was a terrible joke. What do you call a nosy ostrich? An ostrich. Like, it's just funny. Like, things just happen and then all of a sudden they stick. And then all of a sudden you've got a bunch of people using it and building incredible stuff on it. And I'm grateful to developers who have shifted their time and attention to Nostr because that's what makes it better.
Totally.
Like, it's incredible.